This conference will now be recorded.
Yep. So Anup, welcome to day 5 of our Oracle Fusion applications training. In today's session, what we are going to talk about is legal entity. Like what exactly is legal entity? And then how do you work with legal entities? We will also be covering business units in the same slide. So in today's session, Anup, what we are going to cover would be one, what is Fusion Financials application? Because we are covering this purely from Fusion Financials perspective, but the legal entity business units can be used across HCM also. It is not restricted to Fusion Financials, but since it's a core concept and it is for Fusion Financials, we'll cover all these things from Fusion Financials perspective. So we'll cover what is Fusion Financials, how legal entity is done, and like how do you manage legal entity in Fusion Financials. Then we will talk about business units and how do you manage business units. So these are the things that we will be covering in today's session. So first, let's talk about Fusion Financials. Like what is Fusion Financials? Like as we have been discussing Anup from last couple of days, right? Oracle Fusion Financial is a collaborative financial management application to control an organization's financial management end to end. So it gives the organization's ability to control their financial aspects, like how exactly do they want to account, how they want to process reports, all those things. In Fusion Financial, the solutions that have been offered by Oracle is including for ledgers, your payables and receivables, your revenue management, your accounting hub, you can collect cash and everything. So these are the solutions or the products or the functional areas that we call it Fusion. What is the advantage when you use Fusion Financials? One of the biggest advantages, information driven dashboard. See, like in an organization, you would be having different people, right? There would be a person like say VP, there would be a project manager, there would be an accountant. So all of these guys should see the relevant information when they land into the application. And that is what it says. The dashboards are information driven. There is enhanced financial reporting and analytics. Now see, the ultimate purpose of financials in any organization is to do accounting. Now, where does Fusion Applications help? Fusion Applications allows you to account all different type of accounting. So this enhanced financial reporting and analysis is more for managerial accounting, wherein the managers would like to see the internal data and take decisions on it. It allows analysis across enterprise, means you can just define the enterprise. Once your enterprise is defined and once you have properly defined the ledger, like with the proper hierarchy trees and proper data goes into your ESS cube, right? Then you would be able to perform analysis like which department is making how much money, what product is being sold more, and all those things can be done. Then you can generate board quality financial statements. Now this again is an important thing. See, typically as we discussed, right, in accounting there are four types of accounting. So one of them is the managerial accounting, where this thing comes, enhanced financial reporting and analytics. And then there is something that is presented to the board and to the external world. So that board and the external world is typically called as financial accounting. And that can also be done. And you can audit and reconcile things like how exactly where the money was spent, whether it was spent properly or not. All these things is possible in Fusion Financials. Now we will go further and talk about a specific topic, that is legal entity. Now, what is a legal entity? See, the very entity means something that is a unit. Legal means something that is a legal unit. Now, this legal entity typically is driven by the country where your operations are working. You would have to register a business in a country to perform certain business actions, right, or business functions. So that is what is a legal entity. Legal entity typically is a unit that has rights and responsibilities given by the law. By the law of the land where the company is operating, you will have certain rights when you register a business, and that is what is typically represented as a legal entity. What all it does, it has rights and responsibilities, means it will have certain rights to perform certain business functions, and at the same time it will have certain responsibilities. The responsibilities would be like you have to account for your accounting, you have to kind of pay taxes. So all those things it would be there. So the rights are right to own property, right to trade, account for themselves to regulators, and what it is responsible for, it is responsible for facilitating local compliance. You have to take advantage of corporate, lower the corporate taxes, and isolating business risk. Now this isolating business risk is again something very important that many organizations take into account. What typically happens is, for a company there could be two areas. One could be high risk, one could be low risk. High risk could be like say unsecured loans, and low risk could be secured loans. So typically a company might want to register two legal entities, one which is high risk business and the other which is low risk. So these two could be two different legal entities. Is it clear enough?
Yes, Rajesh, it is clear.
Great. Now, Anu, we will go and see like in Fusion Financials, how does this work? Now see, in Fusion Financials, Anu, legal entity is the one which is first of all the registration. Now this legal entity registration is typically as per the jurisdiction, as per the country where you are operating from or the geography where you are operating from. Now the legal entity can own business units. It will have typically a legal entity will have business units which will perform business functions. Now the business functions are like performed by the products, and a combination of business products is called as business units. Now to create a legal entity, Anup, you will have to perform these set of tasks. First is legal address. Now what is the legal address? Now see, whenever you go and say, suppose, let's say you start operating in India, in Hyderabad, in India, right? So first thing you'll have to do is you'll have to rent out a premises. You need an address, a physical address where you would be able to register your organization, and that is what is typically called as a legal address. You will register a legal address in your organization in Fusion applications on which your company would be registered. Once you have registered the address, you have given the documents to the government approves you to perform business, then you can probably go and create a legal entity. When you are creating a legal entity, you will need certain attributes. One of the important attribute is your address, your tax identification numbers, and your legal entity identification or the registration numbers that have been issued by the government. So these are a couple of important things. Then comes your legal entity and ledger. Now see, legal entity is to the external world. Now ledger is something that is internal to you, right? As well as to the external world, but mainly it is internal. So you will have to first of all identify where is that, or to which ledger do you wish to assign this legal entity to? Do you wish to create a new ledger and assign it, a secondary ledger and assign it, or you wish to assign it to a primary ledger? That is what happens when you use assign legal entities. And then once you assign the legal entity to a ledger, then the next thing is you will have to assign a balancing segment. Now see, when we created the chart of accounts, Anup, right, we had the first balancing segment, right, as the company segment or your natural balancing segment, right? The primary balancing
Yes,
segment.
yes.
Primary balancing segment values will typically go to a legal entity. Okay, one of the values. So this is how these are the set of activities that you will have to perform to, manage a legal entity. So we will go and see like how exactly these activities are done in Fusion one by one. So now see, Anup, again to perform these, any questions, Anup, before we start seeing the practical
No,
and
no, I'm fine. Yes.
okay, great. Now, Anup, what happens is again to perform these activities, you will have to go to setup and maintenance. In setup and maintenance, once you land in setup and maintenance, you can go to the search panel, go to the search uh, dashboard. What you'll have to do, or go to the search, you will have to go to panel drawer, click on search, and you navigate here. Once you land in the search page, you can perform various activities. Now again, like we were discussing in the previous session, Anu, you can either perform all the actions from search, but for some actions you need a context. In this case, we will typically need the context of the ledgers. So when you need the context, you may actually go and search for the task in this and then perform, or you can go to the implementation project and perform a particular task by selecting the context. So we will go to search. Once you go to search, Anup, the first thing is to create a legal address or to manage a legal address. So it's again very simple, Anup. You go search for this task, that is manage legal address. It kind of shows up. You can select the task in the task link, Anup, and once you click it, shows up this page wherein you can search for the legal addresses or you can create. When you click on create legal address, it shows up this thing like, address line 1, 2, 3, town, pin code, state and time zone based on the country that you have selected. A very small information, a very simple address collection widget, right? The basic information. But this is one of the most information to the external world for your organization, for your legal entity, correct? So we will go and see this action. So the setup task is manage legal addresses, correct?
Yes.
I'll take the application which is here. We'll go to setup and maintenance. So today we will navigate from here. We'll go to Visual, this thing, and we'll go to tools. I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's available in the others. So I'll just click on setup and maintenance. Once I click on setup and maintenance, Anup, I can always go and search for a task here, or Anup, you can just select directly the financials. From financials, Anup, you will get this initial users. We had done day one, then we saw the enterprise structures, right? The next session. Then today is this legal structure. So you can directly say manage legal entity and legal entity, address and entity, right? What we will do is we will go and search this task from here. I'll take you to search panel and I'll say this thing, manage legal address. And once I search, I'll get this legal address. I'll click on this. Once I click on this, I can either search or I can just say create. So we will create a new legal address. So I'll say plus. It pops up this window. I'll say India. Anup, it's not fast, right? You are comfortable, correct?
Yes, of course, Raj. And Rajesh, this is the instance which you have shared. You didn't share this one, right? Which
Yes,
instance?
other instance, that instance was done in the morning. So probably I think
Okay.
that's
Because
why.
from look and feel, I saw the difference. That's why.
Yes, yes. This is basically because of those personalization and everything, sandbox and everything.
Uh-huh.
So different. Yes.
Okay. The other one is done.
Yeah, the other one is done, the one which I shared with you. So I'll say SMC demo PVT Limited. Okay, no? I'll say
Yeah.
unit 1 and I'll say high tech Madhapur. Town, I'll say Hyderabad. Pin code, I'll say the pin code of high-tech city. State, I'll say Telangana. So once you search here, it will come up, and the time zone, we will say Kolkata. Okay, no? Once these things are done, and once you click this, it creates a location. Okay, no?
Okay.
I think I'll edit it to address would be okay. Let it be there. So now, once I've created the location, I'll say save and close. So what I've done, I've created a legal address. Now the next thing that I have to do is to create a legal entity, right? So I'll take you to slides and I'll show you how exactly it is done. So once your legal address is created, right, the next thing is to create a legal entity, because legal entity is something where you would be performing your business, or which is a, not the business exactly, but it is the permission from the government, permission from the land where you are doing the business. So in this one, to create that, you will be creating manage legal entity. And once you create the legal entity, it will take you to legal entity task. You say manage legal entity, it shows you this task. You select on this legal entity, and once you click on this, Anup, you will get something like this. Now this is the place, Anup, where you will have to select the details. So when you click on manage task, it directly goes to create legal entity. In this one, Anup, you select the country, you select the name, the legal entity identifier, the start date, typically when it is done. Now these are typically for HCM, Anup, like payroll and then the legal employer, because many a time you need permissions to employ people, right, in most of the countries. This is from that perspective. And then the registration information. Now this is again very important. It is the jurisdiction is Indian company law. It is typically governed by the government of India or of the country where you're working. Then the legal address, the one which we have created, and then the place of registration. Typically in India, we have ROCs, ROC for every city, like ROC Hyderabad, ROC Delhi, ROC Jaipur, that is Registrar of Companies. You will have to give your PAN, because that is what is typically needed in India to, do account and to get other things. And then the unit registration number for every legal entity or company you register, right? The government will issue a legal identifier, right? So you can look at it.
Yes, sir.
And once you click on save and close, what you get is you get a legal entity. So let's go and create a legal entity. So I'll say manage legal entity. When I click here, I get so many options. What I will say is I'll say manage legal entity, right? Once I click on this, it will ask me the details. So I'll select India from here again. Once I select India, it will ask me the name. So I'll say SMC Demo PVT Ltd. The identifier, I'll say SMC Demo PVT. Okay, no? The start date you can give anything, Anup. It is not mandatory. So I'll
even previous dates we can give.
Yes, this is definitely possible. The reason is your application implementation may be now, but your company might have been working from a while, right? Yep. This payroll and all, again, you can select Anup if it is needed. As of now, we will not use it. Now the legal address, Anup. So this is the place where we will select one of the legal address. So we have created this. So I'll just select this thing, right? SMC Demo Private Limited, STP unit, Madhapur, right? Place of registration, I'll say Hyderabad. See, that's why these fields are not LOVs. The reason is they have, they just want the people to, right? None of the guys implementing it will make any mistake, right?
Yes.
ABCDE. In India, the PAN card is typically of this format where you have 5 letters first, then 4 capitals, and then 4 numbers, and then another letter. Then we will say a registration number. I'll say ABC. Okay, no? 1, 2, 3. This is our registration number. Then I'll say save. Once I say save, it will check whether it is done. It says your changes were saved, and I'll say save and close. The moment I say this, Anup, the legal entity is created. Are you with me, Anup?
Yes, Rajesh.
Great. So once the legal entity is created, Anup, the next important thing for us is to, go and assign this legal entity to a ledger. Typically, what will happen? Why do we need this assignment to a legal entity to a ledger? Because only once you have this thing, right, you would be able to, work, or your GL and that accounting, everything will start working. So what I'll do is I'll take you to the application and I'll show you this also. So the first thing here is you go and select this task, assign legal entities. When you select assign legal entities, it will kind of come up here. In this legal entities, you will be able to click on this task and navigate to it. Now, this is one task where you need context. You will always need the context of the ledger for which you want to assign legal entities, correct? So for that reason, sometime it may go to a different ledger. So you can always go and do it from the product, like from the offering section. Once you land in this with the proper ledger context, you see this, right? The context of the ledger has to be correct. You click on this plus. Once you click on this plus, it pops up this window where you can select the identifier, you can select the legal entity, you search, and you can assign it. Are you with me, Anup? Once you assign this legal entity to the ledger, Anup, you are good to go. Means your reporting will be possible. With me, Anup?
Yes, Rajesh.
So I'll say assign legal entities. See, Anup, when I search assign legal entities and when I click on this task, what happens out there, Anup, is I will typically be in case of this ledger, right? Which is typically been made the primary ledger. We don't want this to happen. So what you can do, Anup, is one of the ways is to, go to the setup, the offerings, this thing section, and then change it. So I'll go to financials. In financials, Anup, I will go to general ledgers. In general ledger, there should be a task, Anup, which is to, perform this operation, Anup. assign legal entities. It was available the other day. Today it is somehow not visible here. So what I'll do is I'll just search here. Assign legal entities. If you search for this task, Anup, you will get this task here. Do you see this? Anup? So this is the task, Anup, that you have to select. When you select the scope, since I was doing it before, the scope is already selected. If not, you can always go and click here. Or let me just go and see if I've changed the primary ledger. Am I able to search and go in proper context? No, it is still not going in this context. Let me just see where it is. It's still going there. Not a issue, Anup. We'll go from the setup main landing page. I'll go to financials. I'll search here assign legal entities. I'll click on this. Once I click this, I get this. The scope is already selected by me, so I'll click on this task. Now, the moment I click on this task, you can see that these two legal entities are already there, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Anup, in this one, I had assigned this before. I'll click on this plus. Once I click on this plus, it will ask me for the name. So I'll say SMC demo.
Which you have created just now, right? You are going to access.
Yes, Anup, the one which I've just now created. So when I click this, I get this. Do you see this, Anup?
Yes, yes.
Now, Anup, once I have selected this and when I click apply, it gets assigned to it. You can see this has come here, right?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Now, once I say this, Anup, what it does is it has assigned this. You can see there is no value to the company segment. Do you see this, Anup?
Yes.
So when I click save, in fact, it will ask me that the value is not there. So let me probably say save. The moment I say save, see, it gives me this warning. Do you see this, Anup?
Yes.
Balancing segment value to legal entity. Since one or more legal entities already include a balancing segment, balancing value segment, you must assign a value segment to this. So how this balancing segment works, Anup, is see, if you have not assigned any balancing segment to the legal entities in GL, then all the balancing segments are for that GL, the values. But if you assign in a ledger, the balancing segment, you have to assign it to all the LE, all these things, to all the LEs that are attached to a ledger. So what I'll say is, I'll say, okay, means I have got the warning, I'll set it up. And once I click on up, I will again say save and close. It will again give me error. So we will just go out. We have come here. So what we have done, Anup, is we have created what we have done so far, Anup. We created a address, legal address. We created a legal entity and we have assigned it to our ledger. Now, assigning the legal entity to a ledger is for financial purpose, for financial reporting, right, Anup? For data, how are you going to analyze the data? Like in the ledger, from where did the data come? From where did the transactions come, you need this LE, correct?
Yes.
So now once this is done, Anup, what I will be doing is I'll go to the next part and I'll kind of perform the next operation. The next operation is to assign the balance, because since in India legislative is already
Okay, Rajesh, just one question. This assigning balancing segment, that is in the chart of account, we have to add the new entity, right?
yes. So how will this work? Typically, see, first thing you will be doing is when you start your organization, you set up an enterprise, right? So once you have set up the enterprise, then you define chart of accounts, right? While defining the
Yeah,
ledger.
correct. True.
So in the chart of account, the primary balancing segment, right, which is typically a company, that
Yeah.
segment would be assigned to a LE. That primary
Yeah, that is
balancing.
true. But now, since you already defined two LE already there, right?
Yes.
Demo instance. Now you
Yes.
are going to create a new LE for me, means in our session, right? So are you
Yes.
going to place the same segment value, okay, which you already defined the same segment value in your previous, two companies, right? LEs.
No, you cannot do that.
Um,
You will have to have a balancing segment
a new
specific
balancing
for
segment,
yes,
new
a new
companies, right?
value in the value set.
Okay, in the value set. That's what I understood. No problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got your point. Please.
Yeah. So now what we will do is we will go and assign the balancing segment. So now this balancing segment, how does it work, Anup? Is you can assign a balancing segment to a LE and to a ledger. Now, what happens out there is typically all the balancing segments are for the ledger itself, right? Because the COA is for a ledger, right? Chart of account and value set. Now, from that value set, what you start doing, Anup, is you start kind of assigning one value from the company segment to different LEs. The segments that are not assigned to anything else would remain with the ledger. Okay.
Okay.
So we will go to setup and task and we will try to do this, that is assign balancing segment values to legal entities. So once you again go to setup and task, select the search for the task, select it. Now again this setup task, that is to assign balancing segment values to legal entities, is specific to a ledger. So you will typically have to select the scope, and by this way the scope is not there, so you can always go to the offerings and select it. So once you select the proper ledger, see here also, if you see, right, this ledger is there. If you see, right, India primary and secondary ledger are there. So from here, Anup, you click on this plus, it pops up this window, Anup, and from here, Anup, you would be able to choose the value and then say save.
Yeah, Rajesh, see here, company value 411. This is
Yes,
coming from the chart of account, right?
yes, this is coming from chart
Value
of
set.
account, this value set.
Uh, yeah, first value of the segment.
Yes,
Okay.
it has to come from there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because my question is, before assigning the value or balancing segment, first we have to go to the chart of account and create one entity there, right? Then only that segment will come
Yes.
here. That I
Yeah.
got the point.
Yes, Anup. So what you will be doing is, see, the value set is already there, because only if you have a value set, you can define a chart of account. So in that value set, you will have to define a value on it.
Yeah, I got it.
They also, right?
Yes, sir.
So what we will do, Anup, in this case, what is happening is, for this India ledger, this India chart of accounts, there are a couple of segments, or they have used the standard company value set, and this value set has couple of values for India. So we are just using one of them. And that's why if you see, the name is typically like this. Ideally, this name should be equal to LE most probably. Correct? So we will go there, Anup, and we will kind of assign it. So I'll go to the application. and I'll perform this action. In this, when you assign LE, you are also getting this assigned balancing segment, right? So I'll just copy this, I'll paste it. I'll first show you from the main this thing. I'll copy this task. I'll again go to search. So as this task again, Anup, needs a context of a ledger, and here by default, this is the ledger that is associated. So we will not be touching it. So I'll say cancel. I'll go back and I'll search for this task, that is assign balancing segment. Now when I select this, Anup, if you see, okay, this is in compensation management, we'll go to financials. So Anup, when I see this, I'll say to ledger. See, you have for legal entities, I'll select this. Once I select this, if you see, Anup, you have ledger also, right? And here also you have ledger. So you can assign balancing segment values to the ledger as well as to the legal entity. So to the ledger, the remaining values will be there. We will go for legal entity right now, right? Let me see what's there. Let's see what is here. Okay, as of now, they haven't assigned. So these are the two things that we have already created, Anup, right? The India legal entity one is already there. What we had created before was this, and what we have just now created is
demo. Yes. There is no.
Anup, yes, you have any question?
No, there is no balancing value in this moment. So are we going to do it now, right?
Yes, yes, that is what I'm trying to show you. It is right now not there. We'll have to assign it. Right?
Okay. Okay.
So now what I'll do, Anup, is I'll click cancel. I'll go to the task that is assign balancing segment to legal entities, right? So I'll select this legal entity, Anup. It is here. The ledger is already selected. Typically, it will not be selected, Anup. You can always select the task ledger. I'll select it. Once I select it, Anup, you will get to see this thing, primary ledger, and you see this organization for which there is no balancing segment assigned, right? Correct?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
So I click on plus. Once I click on plus, it will tell us the name of the LE and the company value, the value of the segment. Now here, if you see, right, since it is the common corporate company segment that has been defined, if you start seeing this, you will see different values up here. So typically one is for US and all, right, 101 and everything. You see this, right? So what in this segment, in this environment, that 410 onwards are for India. So I will go and take 412. Okay, Anu?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
India entity 3, correct?
Correct, correct.
So I'll say save and close. Once I click on save and close, Anup, what you get is this, Anup. You have assigned a balancing segment. This is typically your primary balancing segment, Anup, that you will be using. With me, Anup?
Yes, right.
Will get kind of balanced at this level. Now again, if you go here, Anup, you will get the values here. So Anup, this is how you would be able to complete the setup of LE. So ideally, you can always set up LE before ledger also, creating the ledger, but definitely after creating the chart of accounts and everything. It's a bit of you can take any of the approach, Anup, like whichever you want, right? Ideally, it says legal structures are to be created first, but if it is an enterprise, you may want to first create the general ledger and then assign legal entities to it, right? Are you with me, Anup, on this?
Yes, yes, yes. I am very much. Because I have background noise, that's why I am always muting.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So Anup, anything as of now, Anup, you want me to discuss, or do you have any questions on this part?
No, not really.
Okay, great, Anup. So what we have seen so far, Anup, see, when we are trying to implement financials, what all we have done, we created users, we have done our enterprise setup, we have done our legal setup, We have done our financial reporting structure setup also, Anup, right? This chart of account, currency, daily rates and everything, right? We have done our GL setup also, Anup. In GL setup, we kind of created the ledger. We kind of have specified the options and everything, right? You can always assign the secondary ledgers. You can open first period and everything, right? The basic things. With me, Anup?
Yes, yes.
Now, the next thing that comes to us is for this organization. This is where your business units come into picture, Anup. If you see this, right?
Yeah.
That is what we will see, Anup, now. So what I will do is, I will go to the slides and we'll start seeing it. So now, Anup, we are going to talk about business units. Like, what is the business unit? Now, see, Anup, business unit is something that will be allowed to perform a function. Now, this is again purely from your management perspective. From legal compliance, it is LE. Now, from your management, the way your organization has been structured, you will have business units. What will these business units do, Anup? Is these business units will carry out certain functions. As per legislation, once you have registered a company, it has the ability to perform business functions. And again, it could be based on the specific areas, like some companies may require additional licenses to carry out activities for, say, fertilizers, or if they have to trade in food, they will be required to have certain different kind of, approvals. But a business unit, when it comes to Fusion, Anup, is typically a management hierarchy, management decision, how your company rolls up to the divisions and everything. It is below a division typically. The purpose of business unit in Fusion, typically, Anup, one of them is management reporting. Like, how exactly do you wish to report to your management? Then how do you process transaction? Because ultimately the business transactions will be carried out by business units. When you typically generate an invoice, right, it would be typically for a business unit. But when you enter into agreement, it would be typically your legal entity, right? You get these things, right? These two operations.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
If you have to enter into agreement, your legal entity comes into picture. But if you have to carry out that contract, you will typically be the business unit that will be carrying out that particular transaction. You can have one LE and one BU. That again is dependent on your setup. It is so when you define business units, there are a set of criteria you can have. You can have business units by country. You can have business units for LE. You can have a combination of a business unit and LE. Now, so that is what it comes to processing of transactions and security of the transactional data. Now, this again is important thing, Anu, because whatever data you create, right, it has to be secured. Like, you don't want a specific data to not be visible to the other. So that is what can be implemented. And in fact, Anu, if you remember right, in our first session, we saw one of the criteria to define security was business unit, right?
Yes, yes.
That is what you can do. You can define security. And you can do reference data definition and sharing. Now, this reference data sets, again, I hope you remember, right? In the very first day we discussed, right? There are two things. One was reference data set and the other was data access sets. Reference data sets were for across this thing we use, and data access sets were typically for the journal ledger, right? GL specifically. Now, what we will do is we will try to see how exactly do you create these things. But before creating business units, what all do you need? See, you need a location. Like, where or which place or which city is your business unit performing the operation. You will also need a manager. So you can create a location. Again, it could be a city itself. You can have a specific address. You can name it like India location or specific to a city. Then once you have a location, you will have to define a business unit. That's where you will use the task manage business units, and you create your business unit to meet your needs. Once you define the business unit, the next thing is you have to assign the business, the products, like what functions, like you want to perform procurement, ledger, tables, receivables. The business activities will have to be assigned to the business unit. And this is where you will be able to get the products and the menu items, right, Anu?
Yes, yes.
Also in this, Anup, you would be able to select the kind of
Rajesh, your voice is.
what I was telling Anup is in the same task, same setup task, that is assigned business unit functions, you would be able to select the ledger and also the legal.
Business function in the sense, for an example, if I'm creating one business unit, if I want to use only the purchasing, okay,
Yes.
so assign the business function. The business
Yes.
function is purchasing, right? So there, if I am not using the inventory, there
Yes.
can select right those functions
Yeah,
which I am going
the
to
business
specify.
functions are available. You choose what you wish to use for this BU, Anup.
Okay, okay,
We will see that screen, Anup.
okay, sure.
And then Anup, you can always implement the security for the BU, like how do you access data? The security part, Anup, we will be typically, taking or doing it in the next section onwards, because this in itself is a very big topic in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, sure.
So today what we will do is we will try to create the business unit. So for business unit, Anup, first we need a location. Again, you can select either existing. So let's create a new location. So the setup task here, Anup, is manage locations. So I will go to again the applications. I'll go to this thing, Anu, and what I'll do is I'll say search and I'll search manage locations. I'll say manage locations. Again, Anup, it is the same thing that goes which came when we created an enterprise. We created an address and everything. So here we will just say manage.
Yeah, that time, yes.
Yes. I'll say plus create, and what I'll do now, Anup, is the set. Now this is the reference data set, Anup. We will talk about it later, like once we start talking about it, it will be a different thing. So as of now, we will create in common set. The location name, I'll say India itself. I'll say SMC India, so that there is no, I'll say SMC India. Description, I'll say inventory organization. No, I'll say it is location for India business unit. With me, no? Latitude, longitude, we don't need context.
Yes, yes, sir.
Contact details, mail address, we will say India. I'll say India again. I'll say it was what? STP1. I'll say high-tech city. I'll say Madhapur, Hyderabad. Pin code will be 50081. State would be Telangana. I'll say Telangana. Time zone is our Calcutta. So this is pretty nice. They have different LOVs at different places. So I'll probably say plus 530 Kolkata. Official language, I'll say English. Or I'll say US English. Where is English? Okay, I'll say American English. Email address, we don't need geography hierarchy. If you need, you can define one. There are these concepts of, defining the hierarchy and everything. Yes, it would be for shipping details, because see, any location that you create, right, you may want to receive bills or you may want to receive shipments. It could be your listing, or it could be an office site, just like this thing. Extra, this is again the rental values and all, it's the same screen, right? So I'll typically
Rajesh, just one question. In case today, now I am telling that we will not receive the invoices. Okay. Can you go down a little bit?
yes, you can just say to site, ship to
Yeah.
site.
So ships to site and bill to site. Okay. But now I am selecting no for bill to site. Consider just for an example. So tomorrow, if I want to change after once the transactions are started, Okay, so tomorrow, if I want to change, saying that bill to site should be yes, will that applicable? The system will allow you to change it.
Anup, I am not sure exactly if we can update these fields, but we can check it out, Anup. As of now, I'll
Okay.
select ship to
Okay.
site there for a so I'll select this
Hmm.
and submit. We will find out that, Anup. I'll let you know that part.
Okay.
So what we have done, Anup, we have selected or we have created a location, SMC India. It says request was submitted. We need to check whether it is active or not. So I can again search for it, Anup. I'll say SMC India. And you see this is active, right? With me, Anup?
Hmm. Yes.
Once the location is there, Anup, the next thing that we have to do, Anup, is to go and define the business unit. So the next thing that we are supposed to do is to manage the business unit. So this again is a very simple screen, Anup. We will see how it is done. I'll say manage. I'll say manage business unit without S. And I get this, Anup. So once I click this manage business unit, Anup, what I get is these things like the various business units that are there. So what we will do, Anup, we will create one for us. So I'll say plus, and what I'll say is it will ask me the name. So I'll say SMC business unit manager again, Anup. If you want, you can select, or these are again the. So I'll say Akash Sharma. Location, the one which we have created. So I'll say SMC. So here it is again based on the countries and all, like the cities are coming first. I can just search it. I'll say SMC India, and you see this location coming up, right? Default set, Anup, is again for the common data. Okay, no?
Yes.
And that's why if you see, Anup, they have given you a ability to create here. Do you see this? You see this, right?
Yes. Yes, Rajnish. Yes.
What we will do, Anup, is we will use the common set, Anup, so that the data is accessible. So this is the common set, Anup. I'll click OK. Now, Anup, this is all you define while creating a business unit, and I'll say save and close. See, creating a business unit in itself is a simple task because it's again a management hierarchy, right? Like what exactly how your business is structured, right? Now the important thing is to assign the functions and assign the ledger and everything, right? So that is what is the task. The task is assign business unit business functions. Okay, no? The task is assign business unit business function, and this is where you would be able to select what all products do you wish to use. So again, Anup, let's go to search and first see. But again, typically there would be an issue with that. See, once again, I click here. It is context of this thing, Anup. The business unit has to come in, right? So this is the reason, again, this is some other business unit that has been created. So we need to select our business unit which we have created, right, Anup? So I'll once again go to this setup, Anup, which is financials. I'll say organization structure. And this is where it is, Anup. So I will go and change the scope actually first. So Anup, are you with me? Anup? Anup, I think you are on mute. Anup, are you with me?
Yes, yes.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So Anup, now the thing is we have to assign business functions, and now this is the scope. Again, it is important. So since I have already assigned a scope, I'll click on this to change the scope. So I'll go here and I'll select change Anup. So I will say select and add. So when I say select and add, it will ask me to apply and go to task. When I go to task, I'll get the list of business units. So I'll say search. Once I say search, Anup, I get this SMC business unit, which we have just now created, right, Anup? I will select and I'll say save and close. The moment I say save and close, what it does, Anup, is it assigns the business unit. Like we will come back. Let me say cancel one so that you in the same task. If you see here task, Anup, now this business unit got assigned, right? Once the business unit is assigned, when you go to this task, Anup, it will go in context of this. And this is the screen that Anup that you would want to enable. Do you see these business functions, Anup? Business unit functions? Are you with me?
Yes, very much.
So this is the place, Anup, where you would end up defining the functions, and this is what probably you were looking from, like, right? So Anup, what we will do, Anup, we will say probably procurement, we will enable project accounting, we will enable receiving. It depends what all we want to enable, Anup.
Here also the same question. So now in the future, if I want to add one module here, it should allow actually, right?
Yeah, this will allow. This will definitely allow, Anup. Yes.
Why? Because see now we will not be having all the licenses, right? So tomorrow,
Yes.
if you want to add new module, or if we are purchasing new license, definitely the system should allow, because the legal entity and the ledger will not be changing anyway, right?
Yes. Yes. No, this will definitely allow, Anup. This is for sure will allow.
Yeah. Okay.
So we will probably say this thing as the payable invoicing, payable payment invoicing. Whatever you wish to, Anup, do, you can select the components: customer contract management, customer payments, collection management. And Anup, once you select, so this is irrespective of your general ledger or HCM or procurement or HCM, right? It is across. For a BU, what all do you wish to implement, right? Or what all business functions do you want to perform, correct? Now, Anup, this is what is important, but at the same time, they are asking you to choose the ledger because this is for financial reporting. See, again, you have to understand one thing, Anup, the ledger and all is for financial accounting and financial reporting. So what is the primary ledger? Since it's the India function, Anup, we will select our India ledger, right?
Yes, yes.
I am not able to scroll, so probably I'll just quickly go here and search here India. And I say India primary ledger, right? In this itself, it is asking us to select legal entity also. So typically the moment you will select the ledger, the legal entity also gets selected, or you can change from the drop down. See, the ledger is same, the LEs are different, right?
Yeah.
So I'll select this, the demo, the legal entity that we have just now created. So the moment I select the ledger, the LE gets selected. If needed, I can change it. This will always be the LEs that are assigned to a particular ledger, right?
Yes.
And once I click on save and close, what you get
So
is
that means, Rajesh, so for an example, for a country like GCC, only one ledger is enough. What is the best practice?
no, Anup, see the best practice would be again, one there would always be a primary ledger, Anup, for the org to know how they are doing business or how they are making profits and everything, right? See, like let's take an example of say GE, right? General Electric. It's a big company, right, Anup?
Yes,
Operating
yes.
across multiple countries, multiple businesses. So you will definitely need one primary ledger, Anup. Okay.
Okay.
Now that is first thing. Now then comes the secondary ledgers, Anup. Like say if it is operating in India, it will have to report taxes to Indian government. It will have to pay taxes, compliances. It needs certain reports. So that way, you will have different ledgers for each of the country, and those are typically called as secondary ledgers.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it is purely dependent on your organization, and still at that level also, if you are, you feel that you just still need one ledger, it is good because all your LEs can have different balancing segments, right? So in general ledger or in the ledger, the important thing is balancing segment, because it is the balancing segment for which the journals, the debit and credit lines are created, the balancing entries, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to government reporting, typically you have to report the balances. You get my point, right? So if you have to give the balance sheet, right? Balance sheet will have assets and balance sheet will have what do you call it as liabilities, right?
Liabilities, yes, yeah.
That's where the balancing is happening. Balancing happens at balancing segment. Now balancing segment is company segment. So if your company or if your legal entity is in a specific country and you have assigned the balancing segment, right? For that segment, the balancing will be automatically taken care of. It will not be for a ledger, it would be for a balancing segment, right?
Balancing segment, okay. Yes, correct. Legal entity wise. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how this would be driven, Anup.
I think
So,
from onwards, I have to practically practice it on the test instance.
see,
So
that is one
yeah.
thing, and what I would recommend you, Anup, strongly is you take I am not sure, like, are you from accounting background, Anup?
Yeah, little bit, not that much, but
Okay.
as a functional consultant.
Great. So, Anup, what I would recommend you is to take the one basic accounting course. So, do you understand these four concepts of four different
Yes,
types of
yes, yes.
accounting?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Managerial, financial, and legal
Yes,
accounting.
yeah.
You understand those concepts very clearly, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then I think that is fine. Otherwise, typically people who are coming in financials, right, we recommend them to take the basic accounting course, at a like very basic accounting course. Because once you have a clear understanding of what finances is, right, these things starts making more sense to us.
Correct.
Great, Anup. So, Anup, this is what we had for the day today. So I'll probably summarize what we have done in today's session, and then we will probably take Q&A. Okay, Anup?
Okay.
So look, in today's session, what all did we learn? We saw first of all what is financials, like what is Fusion Financials. We have seen the overview of it. Then we saw
Yes.
legal entities, like what is a legal entity? Legal entity are the entity which is responsible to the government, which will have certain rights, which will have certain obligations. Then in Fusion, how it is done, and specifically for Fusion Financials is what we have seen, because legal entities will be responsible for other things also, not just financial reporting, but for the these labor laws and everything, correct? Then comes the business unit. Now business unit, Anup, is purely from your management perspective, from your within organization. How do you wish to report? When you are creating business unit, you can follow different structures. You can have just one business unit performing everything. You can have a business unit for a legal entity. You can have a business unit for a business function alone. Like you can just have payables business unit, right? Payables GCC business unit. It is possible and it is allowed depending on the kind of security you implement. One of the criteria is security, the access is reference data sets, so you can always implement security. So that is what we have learned today, not the security part, but the business units. So with this, I'll